everybody. My name is Schwartzen Precil. Some folks call me Shway because I'm also a spoken word artist. I'm the owner of Hero Leadership Group. I own an education and consulting business that goes and partners with school districts, mostly in the college area as well, universities, university departments, and education. I founded that company back in 2019. I really, started in a framework of which called Hero. My first book is called Be Your Own Hero. That's like my second business, my second baby, Be Your Own Hero, where I help authors also create their own author brand. And that's what I've been doing for the last 6 years. I speak on the hero, how to be your own hero. Essentially, it's a call to radical responsibility. I'm an individual from Staten Island, New York originally, and kind of found my claim to fame through basketball for a little while. I was a professional athlete, and now I'm in the speaking game, and I've been rocking out since 2019.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me today. So I just want to ask you a few questions. First of all, what were you doing before you met us, before you were working with SpeakHive? How were you generating leads before SpeakHive?
Yeah, essentially, I was referral based. I went to college in the Midwest, and so Midwest is pretty small in the collegiate market. Folks knew about my story. Essentially, I had found my long lost family after 25 years, got some national attention, and I was just asked to speak in different arenas. But really, I was an author, but I wanted to kick it up a notch. I was kind of like, it was a side hustle. It wasn't a full-time blown business. It was a side hustle, and I had really the challenges were consistency. I didn't know how to remain consistent in the market. I was speaking every here and there. It was low ticket offers. Things just, it was kind of like a side thing. I didn't pay too much attention to it. I loved it, of course. I loved it. I just didn't know how to grow it. And then essentially, I mostly spoke at organizations that knew me in the Michigan area, youth outreach departments, education departments. They were kind of just contacting me. I was reaching out. Did a couple cold calls. I did cold call emails, cold call phone, and people who already knew my profile, and I just did things on referral and things like that. So it was all referral based.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, you know my story, so that was my story as well.
Yeah.
Just relying on word of mouth and other people telling other people about my business, but eventually just wanted to take it into my own hands. So you've came over to SpeakHive, you've done that. What do you think is the most valuable aspect of SpeakHive, of the system? What do you think's most valuable?
Yeah, I'm asked it a few times because a couple folks have contacted me about the big opportunities that I did get. I think the most valuable aspect is being able, and I've invested in other programs before. I'm sure many people have who are in the mid tier, trying to kick it up another notch, just to kind of see what mastermind program works for them. And this has been the most successful. Access to the CRMs, access to you, Jared, as a coach, as someone who takes us step by step. And I'm appreciative on the process, on learning the online platform, on understanding the market. What I think brings the most value to my business, of course, is the volume of outreach. How you do it. It is simple. It helps me stay intact. Of okay, if I'm not automated on my phone, the system does it for me. And I appreciate that because I have a life, I have a wife, I have other things that I need to get to. And essentially, I can't afford a marketer per se. And so this is a program that I saw is affordable and something that can take my business to where I need to be. And clearly, it has generated the right amount of income and impact so far.
Yeah, man. I mean, even if you have the money, because you do now, I mean, money's rolling in. If you have the money to like hire a marketer or a marketing team, I mean, it's a headache on top of that. When we as speakers, we don't really need all of that. We can do this ourselves. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're sending leads all week, Monday through Friday. I mean, maybe not today, it's Labor Day, but if even if it wasn't Labor Day and you weren't sending emails, and you might be, you're sitting at the pool right now with your family and you would be sending emails and you would be getting leads coming in. Your AI bot could be responding to them. You train it correctly and all of that. It's just like it's automated. It's automated.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, man, how many gigs would you say, this is probably a hard question, but like how many gigs are in your pipeline right now? And what do you think that revenue's sitting around that you think is probably could close? Maybe even if only 30% of these closed, how much money you think you have generated using this system?
Yeah, I'm sitting at opportunity wise is about
Hmm.
156,000 altogether.
Yeah.
I'm closed on a good deal on 17,000 already. I
Nice.
have two more in the pipeline where essentially I'm going to be speaking about contracts and how much budget and things like that. So in total right now, comfortably on September 1st, um, 27,000. I
Okay,
would say
so
comfortably
about
at 720.
27,000. When did you? It's only been a couple months. It hadn't even
Yeah,
been a couple months.
actually, my 90 day was yesterday. So
Okay, so
about
it has
90
been a
days.
couple
Yeah,
months. Okay, it has
yeah,
been a
yeah.
couple months. The time has flown.
Yes,
Time has
yes, it
flown.
has.
So 90 days, 27K. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty
Hmm.
good.
Yeah,
So, what would you say to someone who's considering working with Speak Hive and they may be skeptical? They've invested in other solutions before. Like, what's your go-to thing? Like, look, just do it. You remember when me and you
yeah,
were talking and
yeah,
you came into Dallas and you went to the Gaylord Hotel because you were speaking there. And even then, you were feeling a little skeptical. You remember that? We had a
yeah, yeah,
conversation. And for me, it's hard to articulate this feeling that I have. Like it really works for me. So I'm just trying to transfer that confidence and courage over to the people that are like, Jared, are you sure this is going to work? And for you, I just like hold off a couple weeks, man. Just run the play and then
yeah,
we'll talk, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Have you
Absolutely.
found a way to like communicate that to other people, like to take away all those
Yeah,
doubts?
I mean the skepticism, right? I think we all
Yeah.
face. We live in an uncertain world, and
Yeah.
so right, everything's so uncertainty and things like that. The one thing I do appreciate, folks have contacted me a lot because I have again the revenue is out there of what I have been making so far, and I'm optimistic. I was always say remain optimistic. Because it's there. Let the time take its course. Let the systems work. The system is tried and true. I'm a living example of that. 6 months ago, I didn't know you existed. Well, I did because I was following you on Instagram. 6 months ago, we weren't working together in that way. And then being able to understand, I have a greater, I know I have a greater sense of value. And I believe what you have brought to Speak Hive, to certain markets, to the impact. I found a lot of gurus over the years. I met ET when I was 19 years old when he was speaking at Michigan State. And so I'm 31 now, right? And I didn't know how much systematization it took to have a viable business. And what this offers is a systemizable system, easy to learn because it's right there, clickable for training. And then having, again, when I have questions, I go on the group calls, I contact the community school group. Contacting Joey, I'm contacting CRM, and I'm staying active in it. If you're passive, I would say if you're passive about your business, then it's going to show that how passive you are. Because if you do get a positive response and you take 40 hours to get back to them, 4 hours to get back to them, that person on the other side is going to be like, well, they're not really taking it serious because I responded. And so it's those kind of things. I'm gonna go get them. I've always been a will driven person, and that's how I operate my business. I believe it works for those who are hungry. The system does it itself. Of course, it does 80% of the legwork. That's actually 20% is human based, or you can hire AI bot. So that's what's worked for me. I've seen the sheer will. The system's there. That's why I see it kind of just upping my revenue a whole lot more, and there's other things in the pipeline that I'm excited for.
You said, $17,000 already closed, looking at about $27,000 with what you got in the pipeline, plus you got 100 plus K of opportunities that you can funnel through throughout the rest of the year. Plus, we're going to keep
Mm-hmm.
running campaigns, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have also some pricing tiers, and I would like for you to real quickly just kind of talk about your pricing because some people see that big number and they think like, oh my gosh, like it would take me 17 different gigs to get 17K, right? So they don't understand that we as speakers have created packages. You also have this book, So
Mm-hmm.
if you could kind of explain to them, I like to be transparent. That's one thing I want Speak Hive to be known for. I don't want to put up a poster and say you made $17,000 and they think that you spoke for 45 minutes for that. I want them to understand, how you're getting paid top dollar.
Yes, Speak Hive definitely introduced me to the tiers. I had two before. I had only two offers of my original packaging, which I've been doing the last 5 years. On this year, I'm like, okay, there's a third, and why is there a third? What other value can be created? That's where the staff development. I'm a seasoned educator. I've been in education 8 years. Now I understand the value of shifting a culture through staff development. Before I only impacted through inspiration, which I still do impactful inspirational talks. But now there's a overview of a need really for training and development. And now that's where that third tier comes up. How can I now train a 20-year educator or somebody in that space with my 8 years experience based on what's going on now? And so the way I price it is based on that third tier that, okay, there's staff development. Do you just need to hire me for 45 minutes and books? What does that customizable look like? And Speak Out did a great job for being able to break it down for me as far as why I need a third tier because there is a need. There's a need. Funding is different in this day and age. There's a need for like impacting and not just a one and done event. Maybe it's going to be a follow up event as well, which is part of my customizable package. So I got my price one tier at around 6,500. My price two is double that 20, 12, 5. And then my third tier is essentially 20. And my third tier is around 20. But that's everything included. The whole nine is what I call the Rolls Royce of the packages, right? And those are for, again, community development programs, things that, and, we work around that, but it's something that essentially serves the greater need of the entire community, not just this one high school group or this one teacher organization. It could be a whole, like when I was doing at Gaylord, at the Gaylord when I speak, those were all educators. Not a single student was in sight. And now I'm operating at this training and development later L&D, learning and development level, that I'm like, I feel comfortable in that area. And plus I'm around some really dope other speakers who are also in that realm of, okay, we do staff development, not just inspirational speaking.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I lied. I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to have an internal marketing system that gets you leads where you do not have to worry about the word of mouth anymore? Like seriously, from one speaker to another, it's a great feeling, ain't it?
Yeah, you can't put words to it. You can't put words to it. It is incredible. It frees up your time. I mean, I'm in a season where I'm trying to be a family man, so you can't do everything at
Hmm.
once when you're trying to compartmentalize everything. And so, yes, it is an incredible opportunity to be able to do it. Everything's automated, and that's the world that we're living in. It is AI driven. It is a place where if you're taking an old mindset, and the reason why I think a lot of folks are like skeptical, and because when they do something, they kind of overgeneralize the next thing that they're going to do instead of coming in with it with a fresh mindset, with a fresh perspective. Okay, this is not the last agency I've been a part of. This is someone new. This is something new. Something you guys do that, again, very impressed with when it comes to the coaching calls and the marketing calls and then the CRM calls. Those are three different aspects that we need in order to have a viable business. In order, like a lot of folks think speakers are just up there on stage and we do a lot of 20. That's 20% of the work. The other 80% is marketing. It's the outreach. It's the response. It's the negotiation. It's the contract. It's lead building. It's all of that. And Speak Hive does that 100% crystal clear for me, and I love
I think, also, I think older generations expect things to be really, really hard all the time.
it.
I don't know if you've
Mm,
noticed that. I don't know
mm,
if you notice that some people just like if it's not really complicated and really hard, they can't believe it and they won't
yeah,
even try,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And so when
yeah,
something comes along, it's like, no, it's actually not that hard. We've actually really overcomplicated this thing
yeah,
for a really long time. It's pretty simple.
yeah,
Outreach to get income. More outreach, more income. Obviously, you do the outreach better and more efficiently, so you can do
yes,
more of it, then you can get more income. You see, it's
yes,
simple in and out. It's math at the end of the day. And yeah,
yes,
they just didn't do it correctly before. They overcomplicated it or thought that they need a bunch of other things before they could do outreach. But end of the day, man, you have a business, you got to have a marketing system, and we're happy that you chose us, bro. We appreciate you a
yeah,
lot. Appreciate you getting on
absolutely.
this call today.
Absolutely, man. Pleasure's mine. I'm glad to be a part of the community. I'm glad to helping, kill the game and everything and, holding me accountable. I love the community just overall. It's definitely my new to speaking community. I didn't have access before and I love it, man. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next call.
All right, sound good, man.